low. Had the mic turned off for a bit. Hello. Welcome back to Artificer. The slug cat with the best speedrun. The most fun speedrun too. It's so fun that this is the 5th stream. Yep, that's why I keep playing it. Turn the music on. Now, other times that I've had music in the background, I would listen back to the VOD and barely be able to hear it, so I would like to know if it's actually audible. Although it should still be quieter than the game. I added a few extra songs to the playlist too. So yeah, we're doing this again. I do have some plans for other runs that I want to do after this. But I think that when it comes to speedruns, I want to focus pretty much exclusively on Artificer. This is the one speedrun that I want to finish. Maybe the song is a bit too loud. Do let me know. Whoa, I threw that guy across the whole room. Oh, here's one. A red lizard? No, surprisingly not. Yeah, just have to play that. Dropping is right here. That dropping used to be a huge problem for me. I feel like once I found a consistent strategy for that room, it really never was a problem again. Very good start. Yep, actually made it past garbage waste. Well, I mean, it's not over yet, but yeah, this is the last room, pretty much. Water hop. Very rarely get that. I still don't know if there's even a consistent setup for water hops. They just kind of sometimes happen. I don't think there's some input that you need to do, but there's something that you need to do to set it up correctly. I think the song is too loud. I mean, it is on my end. I have no idea how it is on the stream. So a funny side effect of speedrunning Artificer, I feel like I've improved at other characters, as in like Survivor, and I guess Hunter too. Oh. Because as opposed to Rivulet, who is the character that I was mainly speedrunning, Artificer has base movement. Well, they have base Hunter movement, which is identical to Hunter and pretty much the same as Survivor, just a little bit faster. But all the timing on like inputs and stuff is all pretty much the same anyway. You know, so if you want to do a slide pounce as Survivor, you do the same inputs as you would for Artificer. And so I've kind of been looking into some Survivor speedruns. which is really funny because Survivor's like the default category, right? That's what Rain World speedruns were for a long time, just Survivor. Oh man, this is bad. Oh no, not really. Okay, kind of still like mediocre. I should have delayed that a little bit longer. That's annoying. If I waited a little bit, they would have gone through the pipe and gone out of my way. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. This was able to save itself. But yeah, like most Rain World speedrunners play Survivor, right? Downpour categories, I feel like still aren't really as popular. I think Hunter is the main one that's like been run the most recently. Hello, welcome to the stream. And so like I started speedrunning Survivor, of course, because I played before Downpour released. But then after the release of Downpour, I mainly focused on speedrunning Downpour categories instead, right? I did Rivulet, Saint, Gourmand, you know. And now Artificer's here. But I feel like I've maybe either this is like how I feel or how other runners might feel about me, but I might be carried by Downpour characters and their fancy movement abilities. Ooh. Scavengers here, don't usually expect that. You know, Rivulet of course has their crazy movement speed in general and their wall pounces and stuff. Artificer has double jumps. Saint has the tongue. And Gourmand actually is kind of bad, but you actually end up doing a lot less movement as Gourmand. So you don't need to know how to do some tech as Gourmand compared to as Survivor, right? Like if you just know how to roll and maintain your stamina, then you're like 50% of the way there, you know? But I didn't really want to feel like I was just carried by Downpour characters. So I also wanted like stay good at Survivor too. Part of why I want to go back to some of those categories, and because I've been playing Artificer, who shares a lot of similar movement. Wow. And I feel like I've been able to still improve at Survivor a little bit. This room sucks. So I think after this, I kind of want to go back to Rivulet, right? Because I was working on the Pilgrimage percent. But also, I think Pebbles percent is a category I might want to try again. And if I can do that well, I might also do any percent. But I know that's a significantly harder category when comparing to other runs, that is. Hello everyone who has joined the stream recently. Only after playing British speedruns. Yeah, adjusting back to normal movement is really awkward if you play Rivulet for a lot. So I think it's useful to switch between the two often. Play some Rivulet and then play some Survivor or like Hunter. And then like play Rivulet again, like switch between the two. Because you can really get used to the extra like leniency on the timings for Rivulet. So that suddenly you're not able to do like regular Survivor moves anymore. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I'm able to do both of them pretty competently. But it's definitely difficult when you're getting used to it at first. Because you do want to make use of it as Riv. Right? Like you'll start off doing the same timings as Survivor, right? But you realize that you can do slide pounces earlier, you can do actually slide pounces is pretty much the main one. Slide pounces are way easier, and any movement related to a slide is just like free as Rivulet, compared to Survivor where there's actually a lot of timing involved. So if you want to make use of that extra timing that you have as Rivulet, then you need to practice that timing specifically. And it helps you move faster, but then you go back to Survivor and you're now trying to do slide bounces way too early. And the way doing it a slide bounce like that actually slows you down a lot because you kind of like lose all your speed all of a sudden. I just didn't really want to feel like a player that was just carried by Rivulet because their movement is easier. Like, oh yeah, I might like have the world record in the Rivulet category, but that's an easy character to play, so it's not really that impressive. Like, no, I also want to have some good times in Survivor too. They're dancing. I don't like what is happening right now, which is a lack of explosive jumps. I guess that works out. I don't really like standing still to recharge the jumps, but I also feel like if I try to move forward, then I would be in a bad position to use those jumps once I do get them. Alright, is this gonna suck? Mine keyboard, yes. I feel like I'm kind of forced to be good at that for how often I run as the scavengers in that room. I need to catch up on chat. Playing Survivor with select ups make you horror about the game. The thing is, Rivulet is not an easy character. I mean, like, some parts of the movement are easier, but because it is easier, you can now push the movement even further, right? So I feel like, and also just like the speed of play is faster. There's less of a delay between each individual movement. And because I'm like doing a speedrun, obviously, I want to make or do everything as fast as possible. So the timings are easier, but I'm doing them closer together, if that makes sense. That sucked. Yeah, I was just talking about how I feel like I was better at doing slide pounces, and I just messed one up there. And AI hops, like you never need to do AI hops as Rivulets, like they're kind of unnecessary. But they are very helpful as Survivor. And sometimes as Artificer too. I mean, I needed to like brush up on these because I never use them as a Riv. Yeah, this guy sucks at the game. I think it's really funny to say that creatures in the game are bad at the game because they're just animals. Like realistically. They are just animals living life, but saying they're bad at the game is kind of funny. Yeah, the route is also very difficult, having to go through the rot and underhang. Like I've noticed that some other runners who are quite good at the game actually struggle with that part a lot. So like, the character is easy to play, but the environment is difficult. I don't know if this is optimal movement. Whoa, doing all the throw boosts. The reason I say that about scavengers is because their stats can change quite a lot. So I was standing in front of that scavenger for quite a few seconds, and he was holding a spear, but they didn't throw it. A better scavenger would have thrown that spear instantaneously the moment they saw me. I might need to focus on the game now. I didn't expect to get a good run from the start. Oh, you suck. It's just friendly. Fast pole climb is so fast. Yeah, that's the point, right? I think I actually do the fast pole climb kind of slow compared to some other runners. I feel like there's a point where if you do it too fast, it actually slows you down. I don't know. It's just kind of how it feels, but I haven't tested it. So I just do it at like a moderate pace. But like once you know the rhythm, you can really do it as fast as you want. If you can do it slowly, you can do it quickly. Scavengers? Nope. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, wow. That was close. Oh, come on. I can enter that pipe. That would have been a big time loss. Well, like a moderate time loss. More annoying, really. This is certainly a song to be playing here. That was lucky. That was just luck. I'm gonna admit it. That scavenger totally could have hit me. Yeah, that scavenger was bad at the game. Kind of awkward rim to move through without the double jumps. You really need to get through this room quickly. It's quite likely that scavengers show up at some point. In that part in the middle. Oh, thank you, actually. Yeah, I usually don't like you guys, but right here is the exception. Unless you get in the way. I'm doing extended slides here because I want to reserve the spear for scavengers or the drop wing. Oh, made it here. Sorry, dude. kind of nonsense is that? I stabbed him and instantaneously he stabbed me back with the same spear. That could have been sub 20. Wow. Like, oh man. Wow, for a first run. What would I do if I finished that run? Like, alright, stream's done. That's it. Oh. You know, a while ago, maybe like a week ago, I was thinking, no way a sub 20 is possible. Like, you need to get a perfect run. Like, it was hard to get a sub 20 without creatures and without karma requirements. And here we are. I think I have to go for it now. I think I commit, like, sub 20 is the goal, right? That was like a few seconds away from killing the Scab King, right? If you didn't pull that move, yeah, I think that kind of thing is ridiculous. Like, after stabbing like any creature, they get stunned for a little bit, right? There's a time where they are unable to do anything because they've just been stabbed by its spear. Especially Artificer, who has quite a strong spear throw, like the same as Hunter, I believe. And their reaction was to immediately pull the spear out and stab me back, like instantaneous. Like, there was like so little time. Like, I don't think they were stunned at all. I don't even know what do you do in that scenario, you know? Other than just die instantly. Just like, don't throw it, like, I don't know. What are you supposed to do other than just perma-stun them? But I feel like if I parried in that position, they would have got flung away from me, so I couldn't follow with another spear throw. And I thought, surely, just throwing one spear at them is like a safe option, right? Like, there's nothing that can go wrong here. I don't like this start. I guess there's maybe a chance that would make the fight too easy. Right, just like if you repeatedly speared them just to perma-stun them. The thing is, they already have the armor, right? That's what the armor prevents, right? So the first like 3 spear throws can't stun them at all because of the armor, right? So once you break the armor, you should be able to stun lock them with spears, right? That sounds like reasonable, right? And usually I've done that fight plenty of times. Obviously, to practice it. And usually it doesn't happen. If there's, because I threw most of the spears into the walls. And because he can't grab spears out of walls. So those were like the safe spears, right? I had access to them, but they didn't. But no, the spear that was like impaled, right? That's the one that, can you set your mask? Okay. There was still armor on. Is that why? Like, if they have armor, they can't be stunned? Then how did I hit them without hitting the armor? And I remember I tested that out quite a lot. I tried to see, is there a way to hit them if they still have armor on? And I guess maybe it's possible if you broke off most of the pieces. That's like super jank. So maybe if they don't have armor and you hit them with the spear, they do get stunned. But the same thing should happen even if they have like 1 piece of armor left. Also, this song is not playing at the right time. Good job, playlist. I think there still was a piece of armor left. Because I had done 2 hits already up to that point. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Little late. Oh, thank you, Cicada. Welcome to the stream. You missed a run where I got to the Scab King. Finally happened. I guess you can probably figure out why I'm still doing runs. Oh, Suicada. That's not a Suicada. Excuse me. No, they did not get the spear from the ground. Because both other spears there were stuck on the floor. I guess you can, someone over on Twitch, you can clip it. If you know how to do that. And if you still can, I don't really know how clipping works. Just to get the bit from the fight. Hours, more than 10 hours actually. I think I calculated it to be 12 hours, not including the runs that I've done before, like this month. You know, because I have run this category before, although within like the past month or maybe 2 weeks of doing runs, that was the first time I got to the Scab King. Which is also crazy because it's the very first run of the stream. Also, now that there's more people here, let me know if the... Oh, wow. There'd be a sniper over here. Let me know if the audio is all good. I feel like the audio or the music in the background has been too quiet in other streams, where you can actually like barely hear it. By the way, that 12 hours that I calculated included runs that I did off screen. So maybe 10 hours is closer to like the past like VODs. Oh, okay, that's a lizard. I thought that was a scavenger. Excuse me. I don't know what happened there. It's good in Twitch. It should be the same on Twitch and YouTube. It'd be really strange if they were different. Kind of short cycle, but I should be able to make it. Like this is just on the edge of what isn't possible. I might have an idea One of my streams recently, maybe it's the last one I did, but I was asking which side of the pole that you're on when you climb out of a pipe. So like right in this scenario right here, I'm exiting a pipe and I am climbing onto a pole right now. I was wondering which side of the pole do you come out on? Or like which side will you be climbing on? Oh, I hate you. I'm not even gonna try to get it back because I was just going through the pipe. I think I might have an answer. I think what happens is that you start on the left side, and then after climbing for a little bit, you move to the right side. So if you jump out of the pipe immediately, like if you do a pipe boost, then it kind of locks you in on the left side. But if you wait a little bit, then you'll be on the right side. That's just the theory, though. There might be, not how it works. That was disgusting. I need to remember to check for that drop wick. Usually I do. I guess I forgot that time. You would think that they're so high up on the ceiling there that they wouldn't even be able to reach you before you enter the pipe. But you're like halfway in the pipe by the time they actually grab you. Chance. I read Lizard could demask one of them. I'm gonna hope that they do by the time I get there. And looks like no. Oh, there's a mask down there. It would have taken too long to get it back up. Still going. I think I've learned when it comes to the vulture mask at the beginning, the best strategy really is to just learn all the strategies. You should start with trying to spear them to get the mask. I think that's like the fastest way. But if you can't get the spear, then it's good to try to go back to one of the other strategies, like pairing them to maul the mask off. That's a good like backup option. Or if you really need to, you could also just create an explosive spear. Like with that right there, that's like the ideal scenario. But also it's very likely that the red lizard shows up right there at the worst possible time. Okay, that kind of like got rid of the potential that start had, considering how fast I got the mask, but it's fine. That's kind of the trade-off with the... If you get the mask very quickly, you don't get the... Or you have to deal with the red lizard. That's your... There's a drop word. Hang out. Good start. Scavenger. Oh. Shoot. Oh, double shoot. Triple shoot. What is happening? That's a really annoying pipe to get into because the other pipe right below it is close enough where the scav body will fall into that pipe and will drag you into it too. So you need to like jump to get into the... to enter the one on top. This is kind of slow, but I'm gonna keep going. Hello. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Lucy. They're brave for a moment. They're running straight towards me. Whoops, that's a mistake. If it wasn't obvious. Oops. Don't look away when you're doing that. Did you try to type speedrun.com and Twitch censored it? On speedrun.com, that is where most of the speedruns are tracked. Yeah, you're not gonna find... I don't think there's any like resources on like the Discord or anything. It does take about 3 weeks for a run to be verified. So someone could get a world record and then you only learn about it 3 weeks later when it's actually verified and put on the leaderboards. Which is kind of unfortunate. So you could have no idea that the world record actually is. No drop hook this time. Yeah, some of the categories are really empty. I mean, a lot of them are really niche. Like the challenges, of course, are really annoying actually to speedrun. Some any or 100% categories haven't been done yet because 100% is just a big commitment. You really need to learn a lot of the route to do it well. I think actually I've seen quite a lot of 100% runs recently on the Discord that I don't think have been submitted to speedrun.com yet, or maybe they haven't been verified. Some pilgrimage percent runs don't have much activity just because they're kind of boring. Because, you know, for a story percent run, all the characters have a unique story. So unique rooms, unique starting position, unique ending. But for pilgrimage, the goal is always the same, right? To get to the depth and see echoes. And sometimes categories just kind of converge on the same strategies. And they're not really that unique compared to each other. I think Riveted Pilgrimage is really interesting. But something like Spearmaster Pilgrimage, since you also start in outskirts of Spearmaster, it's the same as like Survivor Pilgrimage, you know? Gourmand starts in Shaded. Once you get the Shaded Echo, you're pretty close to the... pretty close to outskirts, or you just go to industrial and you're like right next to a bunch of echoes there. It's like some of the pilgrimage percent runs are like kind of boring or not that different from any other runs. Some characters are just not fun to play. Like Gourmand is interesting. Some parts of their runs can be interesting and fun to play. But for the most part, they're just like a lot more annoying than other characters, so people tend to stay away from them. Um, Saint runs are always really long. Some people don't like doing those. Runs like Spearmaster, Hunter, and Artificer have really difficult creature spawns. And sometimes you like to speedrun because you avoid combat and you focus on movement instead. So a speedrun that it has a bunch of combat kind of can be unappealing to some people. So for like, even if there's a decent amount of speedrunners in the community, they're probably just going to focus on a handful of the categories that they do like. I know some people who like exclusively run Hunter. Like that's all they do. I know someone who exclusively runs Spearmaster, which kind of sounds ridiculous. Some people ran Survivor a lot, but they haven't run any of the new downpour categories. Good time for it to start raining. Right when I make it past that room. If you want to get past the Guardians, you should only have to get max karma from adding your own karma to a scavenger's karma. So let's say you see a few echoes and get your karma up to 5, and then you grab a karma, or grab a scavenger with karma 5. It should add up to 10. So that should let you get past the Guardians. Don't know what the problem would be. Farmer's Echo, I think that's just the song that's playing right now. Oh shoot, this is a good start. This is like 20 seconds ahead of the last run. It's fine. We can still lose this time in Metropolis. Don't need to worry. 100% echoes. Use 100% echoes to passages and beat the game. I don't think echoes actually. Well, one of the passages is to just get all the echoes, so that's kind of included. Yeah, all passages and then finish the ending. So basically, story percent run, right? Okay, I need to stop reading chat. You guys are cool, but I'm doing a speedrun. Oh. That guy's a gamer. Or maybe he saw me flying through the air. So the moment the screen transitioned, he was ready. That sucks. If you saw the input display, you might have seen me press the throw input like frames after I got killed. I think Gourmand is by far the worst character in the game. I'm sorry. No other character requires you to do less, you know? As every other character, you can do more to be better, right? As Survivor, you can learn how to do slide pounces and extended slides and yeah, hops. You can learn how to fast pole climb on poles. You can learn how to do all this other movement to speed up your gameplay. As Gourmand, you do the opposite, where you learn what movement you shouldn't do. Like, don't jump too much. Don't spam like roll pounces or slide pounces. You know, like it's just like a list of things that you shouldn't do, and you basically try to just optimize your gameplay by like just roll and only jump when necessary to maintain stamina. Don't ever throw spears when you don't need to, or if you know that you might miss. If you don't know, there was an event recently. I just threw all my spears at that guy. There was a event recently. Served. Yeah, Gourmand is fine casually. I'm saying like for speedruns or for challenges and stuff. But also there was an event recently. You could see on the Rain World Speedrunning Twitch channel or Iced's Twitch channel. We're doing this tournament, which I participated in, but it was anonymous, so you wouldn't be able to see which games that I played in. It doesn't really matter too much since the event's already over. Well, the first part of it is. But 2 out of 3 of the games that I played, I got Gourmand because the character that we played was picked randomly. So I got unlucky, and I got Gourmand twice. And the first round of Gourmand was probably the worst Rain World experience ever. Because the other part of that competition thing was Twitch integration. And if you don't know what Twitch integration is, it's basically a mod that lets Twitch chat mess with the game. By spending channel points, they can spawn in creatures or influence the character's stats. You can like fling those look at around, you can teleport them, you can switch between rooms. You can do all sorts of things to mess with the player. And so obviously the challenge is to, just dealing with all that nonsense, right? Okay, this sucks. And so, as Gourmand, which I got for 2 of those games, it was awful because I had to deal with constant barrages of creatures, which is the thing that Gourmand is just worst at. And it was just kind of awful in general. The last round I got Rivulet, and that was actually pretty fun because Rivulet has options. You can actually move around without being penalized. I mean, Rivulet is like the polar opposite of Gourmand, but even like even if I was playing Monk, I feel like it would have been better. I would have preferred Monk. Because the moment you throw a spear at something, you are useless for like 5 seconds. Maybe that's an exaggeration, for like 3 seconds. But if you're being chased by, for example, the creature that you just threw a spear at, if you didn't hit them, or if they're strong enough to withstand the spear hit, or if it's the second creature, like any of those scenarios, which is quite common, you are now useless. You are significantly slower, you can't run away. And if you do run away, you won't be regenerating your stamina, so you can't throw another spear. And yeah, they have ways to fight without stamina, right? You can do slides, you can jump on stuff, but you can't climb poles very quickly because you climb poles very slow when you're tired. I mean, you climb slow normally. I was about to say good job, Vulture, but then they got zapped. Get good? I don't think it's a get good thing. I think that Gourmand, in all situations, no matter your skill level, always has less tools than the other characters. And I don't even think that I'm that bad at Gourmand. Like, I have the world record in the speedrun, which actually doesn't really mean much because not many people run Gourmand. And also, actually, yeah, I'm the only Gourmand run, so it's like world record by default. But that run was, like, I put a decent amount of practice into doing the speedrun and learning their movement and stuff. I also ran Gourmand any percent. So I feel like I've gotten used to the character, at least enough to do speedruns. Oh, good job, guys. I feel like there's just kind of like a hard skill cap on Gourmand. Their skill ceiling isn't that high because stamina is always the limiting factor, right? As any other character, you can add more movement tech, you can add more combat tricks, you know, you can do more stuff. But for Gourmand, you can't do more stuff. The moment you run out of stamina, you no longer have options. You can definitely get better at managing your stamina and doing movement that is most stamina efficient. Doing movement that is best when you are out of stamina. Those are definitely ways to improve. But that's just not a problem as the other characters. They can just, they don't have to worry about that at all. You just do as much as you want to all the time. I don't know why I'm doing a completely different route this run. Whoops. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. Oh, this, I caught a slime lizard. The slug cat got my mask. I'm gonna kill him first. I guess that's kind of reasonable. Go on Insane are the only two characters that require you going all over the place. No. Gourmand goes from Shaded up to Pebbles and then over to Outer Expanse, which it definitely does go all over the place. Same with Saint. But for Spearmaster, you have to go up to Pebbles and over to Moon and then over to Sky Islands, which I guess you do like overlap a few regions, but you still go places. And Rivulet goes up to Pebbles and then down to Moon. Which is, I mean, a few regions. But Gourmand only ever goes to 2 places. It's mainly just Artificer who has like a very linear campaign where you just go to Pebbles and that's it. Full food quest. That's true. Food quests definitely can be done a lot quicker if you make use of crafting. If you craft a lot of the more exotic food items, you don't need to actually travel to the locations to get them. Red lizard? No. But I think, I don't really know what the route is, but I think you do still have to go quite a few places to get everything. But you don't need to go to an iterator because you can craft a neuron. I think it's a dandelion peach that you can't craft. You need to go to Sky Islands to get it. And you need to get a red lizard, or a red centipede, of course. I think it's mostly the creatures that are the, like, force you to move around for the food quests. Please. And yeah, Saint, like, by default has to go pretty much to every region. No matter what run you're doing. Probably why Saint isn't the most popular character to run, just because every single category is very long, like at least an hour. Well, their any percent and store percent runs are both under an hour if you're very good. But if any other category is like, do this objective and then beat the game, there's like all the echoes and Rubicon that are included in that. But the way Gourmand's food quest is designed, I think it's designed with good intentions, but it's kind of hard to follow. Which is a difficult problem to solve because Rainworld doesn't want to give you... Rainworld wants to give you as little information as possible. Oh, sudden threat theme. So they don't want to... They want to tell you about the quest without telling you about the quest, you know? There shouldn't be like a pop-up that explains how the quest works, and there shouldn't be any like UI that explains it in great detail. So all you get is just the list of creatures above your food bar. That's all the information that you get. And of course, that's kind of hard to interpret sometimes if you've just started the Gourmand campaign. So I've seen a lot of people play Gourmand to not understand the food quest. And by the time they do understand it, they are like, have like left shaded behind. And they still have the like the mole lizard food quests, right? So in order to finish that, they need to go all the way over to some region that has a mole lizard, like filtration or shaded. And they probably also eaten some other items on the food quest list without even trying. So after they get a mole lizard, who knows what the next one is going to be, right? I just realized it's an actual centipede. So usually I think that some players who are not, like, who don't immediately understand what the food quest is, they get stuck in this weird pattern of going from this region to get one item and then going to this one region really far away. But if you follow every food item in the quest, like in the order they are in, then you kind of take this journey around the world that like makes sense. Oops. Excuse me. But I definitely noticed that a lot of players who have finished the Gourmand food quest as their first playthrough, by the time they're done, they are very done with Gourmand. So like, okay, that's enough. I maybe shouldn't have done that quest. I'm throwing. He's spinning. Excuse me. There is a drop leg. Okay, that doesn't work. Man, I don't know how to deal with them. I guess I should just land and then parry before they hit me. But I might drop the scavenger. I don't want to do that. I tried to jump off the wall immediately so that I would dodge the drop leg. That sucks. It does. It also doesn't help that mole lizards and bat flies are gray. The icon for them is gray or black. So when they're flashing, it's kind of hard to see that they're flashing because you know, the items on the list that you've already eaten are solid color, and then the one that is next on the list is flashing. But it can be kind of hard to tell for the batfly or the mole lizard. And I've noticed that some players miss that. They think that they have completed it, which means that there's no next item on the list, right? Or like, why does it show a mole lizard and I haven't eaten a mole lizard? It's probably obvious to a lot of people, but the moment you don't understand it, the whole thing is kind of like messed up. Please. Oh, hold up, Cyan? Cyan. The sacrifice. Excuse me. Being safe here. Okay, good start. Okay, that was lucky. Or maybe I'm like great at dodging or something. All skill. It was all planned. That's a very cool scavenger. It's a shame they're dead now. I like how this run lets you see a bunch of interesting scavenger colors. If there's like one good thing about how many scavengers there are in this run. What happened here? Did Dropwood kill that lizard and leave? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh, I thought I was dead. You know, it's nice to be able to drop the scavenger later in the run, but it's also nice to have a shield. Drop word. Always check for that. And in this room, like there's a drop word there. Well, usually you can just go up here and you avoid it, but sometimes you're kind of forced to go the bottom route, so then you do need to look out for the drop word. That's a king vulture. Okay, so if you don't want to go up into the room above this one, I'd really appreciate it. The less king vultures here, the better. Maybe that scavenger was just giving me a gift. They wanted me to have an extra spear for later. Here, oh, your hands are full. I'll just give it to the scavenger instead. Wow, this is good. Good pace. These don't be a problem. As the safe continues to be a problem. Telling me to go up here already. Thank you, Scavenger. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. This is a nice song. Is this part of the run? I'm gonna say it's worth it. Oh, really? Okay, that should have been a parry. The speed is totally overlapped, right? Hold up. Hold up. What is this? Hello? One frame, the two spears are approaching. The next frame, they're on the other sides of each other. That totally should have been a parry. Ah. And there's another spear like right there for me to pick up. That's annoying. Usually I don't like to complain about this game. But well, actually, that's totally a lie. I love to complain about this game. But when it comes to stuff like that, it's easy to make excuses for something being like a technical problem, like a bug, like that shouldn't have happened. But I feel like in that case it seems justified. Like the spears were perfectly level with each other. I don't know why that wouldn't result in the parry. That was a really good start too, but it's on the wall, right? Like you kind of expected to die there. Hello, welcome to the stream. I've actually gotten quite a lot of good runs going this stream. Oh, that could have demasked. Okay, every single vulture is in that room, so there's no point in waiting in here. But also, there's no mask in this room. That's cool. And I don't think there's any point in moving forward if I don't get the mask. Because at that point, I might as well have just like not waited to get the mask in the first place to get like a 10-second head start. If I try to get the mask and then fail to get one and move forward anyway, then I've just lost like 15 seconds for no reason. Is this no, this isn't. The song that plays in this area usually. I don't even think I have it on the playlist. Are you wondering why I try to do that like backwards throw? That usually ends up missing. I feel like if I throw the spear forward, that's also the direction that like the vulture is like right there facing me. So if I throw forward, then I'm just hitting the mask directly, right? But if I get behind their head and then throw backwards, then I'm hitting them from behind. So that shouldn't hit the mask hitbox. That's at least what I'm hoping for. And usually, well, usually that demasks them, but it also is likely to hit a wing instead. No. That's not a good scenario. See, there's a balance, you know. You can't just have all the good runs in a row, you know. You gotta switch back and forth between the awful runs and the actual good ones. And by good run, I mean a good start to a run, because they're probably going to end in Metropolis or the wall. I guess it's a good thing that the middle of the run isn't that bad. Like, once you get out of garbage waste, it's not too horrible to actually get to the wall at that point. And the beginning of the wall is not that bad either. Like, it's only once you get to the top, closer to the scavengers, where it's an issue. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Several vultures approaching. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Yo, Artie's stream. It's almost like it's the only thing I've been streaming. Hello, welcome. I did do something else, right? Was that the room randomizer? Like one other stream? I gotta play that modded character before the end of October. That might be what I do next stream. Or the stream after that. Depends on if I finish an Artie run. If you weren't here for the very beginning of the stream, then you missed when I got to the Scavenger King. I actually made it there. And it was like, if I killed the Scavenger King, it would have been a sub 20. but no, I got killed by their superior reaction speed. But it also told me that sub 20 run should be my goal, and not just like like low 21 time, what it used to be. A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, that wasn't very good. Oh, and also, man, it's gonna suck if I finish a run and then it's like 17 or something like that. So it'll probably just be like 1 or 2 interactions with creatures that slow me down to make it like above a 20-minute time. That first run was very lucky. I feel like there wasn't really anything that slowed me down too much. But it also tells me that it's possible. maybe it was a curse. I'm now stuck forever attempting sub 20 runs when it's like a 1 in a million chance to get that kind of luck. So what happened specifically in the Scab King fight? I went up to the top platform. Well, actually, the first thing I did is went down below the Scab King, and I threw a bunch of spears into the walls. And then I went up to the platform, stabbed him twice. I think I stabbed him twice, and then parried him so that he would fall down the lower area. Although he fell kind of far to the right, which I don't really like. So I tried to move him towards the left because that's where my spears were, so that he couldn't pick up one. But then what happened after that point? I tried to throw another spear. I hit him with a spear, and then he immediately pulled the spear out of his own body and stabbed me with it. And they still had 1 piece of armor left. I don't know why I didn't hit the armor. But because I got stuck in them, they took the spear out and killed me. Had it hit their armor, the spear would have gone flying away, and I'd have had the 2 spears stuck in the walls left over to still throw at them. And I think that maybe if their armor is off, then they can get stunned by the spear throws. So I could just like chain them together. I don't really know. It should have worked out, really. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. I will finish the run eventually. I think it did bounce off the armor. I managed to grab it before the spear got too far away. There's no way that's what happened. I feel like I heard the like spear hit sound. Someone can go check the VOD. Chaos. That'd be crazy if they were able to do that. I could just check myself, you know. Oh, that's bizarre. It is actually really hard to tell what happened. I think it hit them and the armor, like at the same time somehow. I think both sound effects played, like the sound for hitting them with the spear and then the sound for hitting the armor. Although that's like really bizarre. Aren't you guys glad that I didn't finish the run? Or else I wouldn't be streaming anymore. Well, I don't know. It'd be kind of disappointing to stop the stream after like 20 minutes. I don't really know what I would do after that. But you get to watch more runs. Isn't that great? These Artificer runs are probably just everyone's favorite stream. And you're just hoping that I never finish it so I can continue to do them forever. No. Where'd that vulture go? Oh, what? That hit them like right in the head. I don't know why it's so hard to demask a king vulture. What if this guy thinks I'm gonna tame him? I shouldn't even bother with trying to demask the king vultures. They're distracted. Oh, and red lizard just for fun. So why not? They died after one spear hit? Really? Was that an explosive spear? I've done a lot of testing on that fight, and it seemed like it was impossible to hit them with their armor still on. Like I tried like all sorts of different angles or heights or from throwing from above. It always just hits the armor. My first fight with the Scav King, which you've probably already heard like me talk about like 5 times, but I used an electric spear and it was very easy. Also, I forgot to reset. For the Scav King, it's either you beat them easily on your first try, or you die to them like 20 times in a row. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm gonna be leaving with your friend. Nice one. Also impervious to fire eggs. How do you get a fire egg up to there anyway? You probably just use mods, right? Unless you use the singularity bomb, like there's no way to insta kill them. I don't think. The armor always blocks damage. Like it takes like one spear hit to break an armor piece, or like one grenade hit also breaks one armor piece. Probably co-op Gourmand. Wonder if Gourmand can like slam into the Scav King fast enough to insta kill him. Has anyone tried that before? Like jump, like have Gourmand on your back as Artificer, double jump up, and then at the peak of your jump, Gourmand jumps off. Purple Scavenger. Maybe that also only breaks like one armor piece. That's really annoying, but I'll take it anyway. Surely, I've waited long enough so that the red lizard is just gone, right? They only show up at exactly 1 minute and 6 seconds, not 1 minute and 15 seconds, and then they show up anyway. Yeah, maybe they do work the same way as a red centipede. Maybe that Cyan Lizard was like a warning. The Cyan Lizard almost died to the red lizard, so watch out. That's happened like at least like 10 times, right? Actually, I don't know how it works to land on a centipede as Gourmand, or red centipede specifically. I know that just like centipedes in general are kind of awkward as Gourmand. Like they have a really weird hitbox for some reason. Surely no red lizard this time. That was your opportunity to make a joke game and spawn the red lizard anyway. Yeah, sometimes you just like land on the centipede, but then like slide off. You don't actually deal like the impact damage. That's exactly what I was hoping wouldn't happen. And then scavengers right here. Like it's just those two though. And they're kind of bad at the game. Oh, these guys though. Also bad. Well, I did move pretty quickly through that. Man, there's a lot of them. Great strategy. Just run straight through them. I didn't want to take a detour. I already explained a little bit about this, but because of my goal for these runs, I don't ever want to like slow down for creatures, you know? I either go at like full speed through the area or I die, you know? I always take the risk. And I didn't really think of a fast way to get through that room quickly enough to avoid the scavengers. There was a chance that they were bad at the game and would just like not throw a spear at me or like hit the scavenger instead. So it was not like completely an awful idea. Yeah, they had enough karma, but it wasn't the karma 4 symbol, so I thought it was too low. I think I've gotten better at recognizing if it's a karma 4 symbol immediately, rather than making sure that it's not a karma 2 or 3 symbol. Man, that's not very fair, is it? I don't even know where the scavenger is. Oh, and then the other vulture shows up to steal them. Right. Two vultures wasn't enough for, like, well, I guess there were 3 creatures there, so 1 for each vulture. Someday a scavenger is gonna show up out of that pipe and instantly kill me. Oh. Oh, come on. Ah. Too many jumps. That almost worked out, actually. So it is possible. I mean, I knew it was possible to demask a king vulture, but it's much more difficult than a normal vulture for some reason. Even as Artificer. That's not great. I want that. I didn't have enough karma. Thank you. Now I was really thinking like, oh man, I wish there was a red centipede right now. That'd make this run a lot better. This is kind of a slow start. I'm gonna keep going anyway. I don't really like these like slower starts anymore because the sub 20 or the almost sub 20 run that I got was actually so close to sub 20 that if I had a slow start, it might not have been a sub 20. You know, just the extra like 10 seconds of not getting through this area quickly might like make the difference. And I'm thinking like if I get through this area too slowly, kind of makes the end and it won't be fast enough, just because of this first part. Kind of how it feels. Okay, it definitely is how it feels. And it's really satisfying when they line up perfectly with where you're standing. Like, I would really love if you stood right here where I'm about to throw the spear, and then they do. Like, it's great, right? I was wondering, where's the red lizard, you know? There they are. Yeah, I think I've got that down. Never understand this jump. What is up with it? It's not so easy. You just do it first try. Just like that. Sometimes it isn't. No, this isn't great. I think the start was good enough. So just keep going. This is acceptable. I'll take this. Thank you for the good luck. Nice try, dude. Not nearly as bad as scavengers last time. Okay, I was waiting for the scavengers to be in this room though. Or in this room. There's gotta be scavengers somewhere. A lot of blue on this screen. I like this song is like kind of different than most of the other songs in the soundtrack. Like this like build up section, well not really build up, but this like kind of ambient part at the very beginning lasts for like a whole minute. You know? It's a very long song. It's also one of the very first ones you're gonna hear in the whole game. Chaos. Wasn't me. You would think that creatures would be adapted to not kill notify babies, right? Oh, you suck. Man, that's an awful place for the dropper to be. There's like not really good alternative way to go. I think there's definitely something I could have done, but I was hoping I could just avoid it, which I did. They just grabbed the scavenger body instead. That dropwig is probably one of the more dangerous creatures in Chimney when it comes to like ending runs. Like it's either that dropwig or a king vulture. Nothing? None at all? Just no vultures. It's like, it sounds like the song like actually starts like right now, you know? And it's like, it's 4 minutes into the song. It's a very green scavenger. This is not a threat theme. This is the song that plays in the outskirts room with the structure that looks like a lizard head. Uh-oh. Oops. I need that spear though. And they have their wings out like that. It's really hard to hit their head. It's like a shield. If I take that, it's like, that's so slow. I should have done that like 10 seconds sooner. It's always in danger in that room. That's fair. That's another, like a very bright scavenger. Yeah, it's a good song. There's also the one that plays a few rooms to the right of this one. I think no, to the right, down, right, that room. That's a good song. But it only plays for like 20 seconds. You know, I had an idea recently. I talked about this a lot. I want to make a tier list for Rain World. But I think I might have an idea for what the tier list should actually be about. And I thought maybe I should split it into multiple parts. Okay, what is this? So say it's for the characters, right? I could rank all the characters in a tier list based on their campaign and basically just experience of playing them casually. And then I could rank them separately for like speedrunning specifically. In a more like competitive sense, you know? Because I think those are two different things. Although, are they that different? I don't know, maybe not. I feel like it's really hard to just make one ranking for all the characters because there's so many different ways you can look at it. You did the like strength of the characters themselves. It's like what kind of abilities do they have? How strong is their spear throw, stuff like that, you know? You could look at their campaign, so like which regions they have access to, the like story that is told throughout their campaign, and what it's like to meet like the iterators, and what the ending is, you know? Or you could look at the speedrun, so what is the speedrun route? Is like the movement fun? Are there like too many creatures throughout the route? Stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, I heard the red lizard lower in the room. I've like talked about these characters and this game in general so much. It'd be nice to kind of like finalize my thoughts on everything. That was dangerous. Maybe I wouldn't just do characters, like there's not too much to rate there. But there's also, you know, regions. I could do that. There's creatures. There's a lot more creatures though. I think rating or ranking creatures is a lot more simple actually, because it's just like, well, I don't know. Yeah, it depends on what you want to rank. Like, how dangerous the creature is. That's one thing. How interesting you think the creature is. Which you could try to like approach it like objectively. You know, like what are the ways that the creature interacts with the environments? What are how do you, the player, interact with the creature? Like, aka like how good is the creature as part of the game? Or you could be more subjective and say just which creature do I like the most? You know. Or like maybe I would like how creatures interact in speedruns, how that influences it. Maybe there's like some creature that's like completely inconsequential to most players, but for a speedrun they really mess you up in one particular room and one particular route. Would that change the ranking at all? Because that seems like such a minor thing to care about. But if you run that one speedrun, then it's a huge thing, you know? Hey dude. That's a good gamer right there. Why did I say it like that? That's a skilled scavenger. He immediately threw when the opportunity appeared. I was like about to double jump above them all right then. Troll lizard bottom text. No, troll lizard isn't that bad. That's what they're troll lizard. They don't really end the run. They just kind of mess with you. These guys are so unfair. Because like scavengers are a good one to look at. Because when it comes to speedruns, they are actually very annoying. Usually you don't have enough time to build up reputation with them, and they are very good at killing you very quickly. So they can be really tough to deal with in speedruns, but for the game as a whole, I think scavengers are like a great addition, you know, because they get to showcase some of the more advanced AI, you know. And they're like the main way that the main creature with the reputation system in place. If you can learn that you can like befriend the scavengers and like trade with them and stuff, you might also learn that you can also build relationships with other creatures, you know. Like maybe you can tame lizards by feeding them. Maybe you can make squid cicadas nice to you by not murdering them, you know. Oh, I need that. This is still pretty fast. It's like scavengers are really good as part of the game, but as when speedrunning, they are annoying, and also a lot of players don't like them in general because they are very good at killing you, right? And a new player might not really understand the reputation system, and they might just like kill them by default, in which case they're kind of like locked in on the bad reputation, so they just become a nuisance for the entire run, you know. And that's just for one creature, you know. Although, you know, most lizard types you can kind of consider as the same creature, right? Quick hit a speed boost. New meta. And like, I also really personally like creatures like squid cicada, egg bugs, or noodle flies. Those kind of more like background passive creatures, because they don't do much, you know. They're not a predator. They're not well, they can be a source of food, right? Not really squid cicada, but they can also be like useful for making jumps, platforming. But I like those creatures because they are just in the background, you know, more creatures to just be part of the ecosystem and not just to be like predators, you know. Downpour added a lot of predators, but not really any of those kind of creatures. Because I think it's really nice because it's a way to make the ecosystem more lively without making it more dangerous, which is Can be a problem for the more difficult campaigns where it just feels like everything is trying to kill you all the time. What are you doing here? I was worried I'd go into the lower pipe. Excuse me? And you get to see interactions like this where you see the eggs left behind because some predator killed an egg bug. Or when you see a noodlefly chasing down some lizard because they ate a baby noodlefly. Like, those are really fun interactions. And they're not, like, related to... They're not about the creature trying to kill you at all, you know? That's what's nice about them. So I have added thread music to the playlist. So there's that, plus a few others from Downpour. I think actually I might have forgotten to add some from Vanilla. Yeah, I think I just looked at the Downpour OSC and added some from that were missing. And I just forgot about Vanilla. Please move out of the way. I would like to speedrun. Didn't lead right there. That could have been dangerous. They're kind of good at the game by default. David jumps for the next room. Very peaceful all of a sudden. I think all the chaos was in the lower parts of the region. Didn't eat. Just gonna check that. Oh, I did that. You're using a double jump there. Excuse me. And why are they like this? They always do this thing in this room. I guess that's the closest pipe they're trying to get to. Even though you're in the way. Yeah, they're doing it again. They should really just, like, if they're in the middle of a room, they should just run away from you. But if they're next to a pipe, then they should go towards the pipe. And what do I know about the AI in this game? Ah, that was not intentional. Need to recharge. Oh shoot, I need a spear too. Slow. It's really slow. I have to wait. Not a fan. Seeing gameplay without the camera scroll feels wrong. I feel the opposite way. Might have something to do with the fact that I don't play with that mod. But since it's the way that the game is originally created without mods, then I think it's, you know, it's normal to get used to it. Remember earlier when I made that jump in that room? And I was like, wow, I'm getting better at this jump. That's how this game is sometimes. Especially with kind of weird movement like that. But it's definitely not intentional, but do it anyway. King Vulture. Oh, also normal vulture. And another one. Also the king hit the scavenger but bit me anyway. It means that they get to bring two things back with them. And nothing for the other vultures. Vulture and scavenger are pretty much the same thing, right? In terms of just the word alone. I guess vultures are scavengers. I don't know, maybe I'm getting the words wrong. Damn. Lasted a long time. That sign lizard. Please don't kill me for no reason. It's happened before. That was just actually my mistake. kind of crazy that the Downpour OST is as good as it is. It's an entirely new set of composers. I feel like it'd be like really stressful to pick out the composers for a highly anticipated DLC for a game that has like a very strong musical identity, you know. And they managed to like make it work. Like, there's not really that many songs that feel out of place in Rain World. Maybe, I mean, I guess I'm not a musician, so I wouldn't know. But maybe it's like not too hard to like replicate the style of someone else. Like, oh, I know what kind of music this needs to be, so I'm just gonna make it like that, and then they did it, you know? Or I guess maybe because it is Rain Worlds that they were working on, they knew that they had to actually put a lot of effort into the music and make the songs as like as good as possible while like keeping in the same style. That one song in the beginning, I love that song. I think it totally fits. And also the songs in the Saints campaign are allowed to be different because that's like the whole point of the campaign, that everything has changed now. That's why a lot of vanilla music has been replaced with new songs. And that song that plays at the beginning is the one that introduces you to that idea. Oh, and then they're gonna follow me up here. I guess that's the alternate route I should have taken last time. Actually, that song that plays at the beginning of Saints campaign is probably my favorite in the whole OST. Maybe even including the vanilla songs. But definitely within the Downpour ones. That was clean. And those are just shows up out of nowhere. I feel like that whole sequence could have been a lot worse. Got some elites here. They still have lanterns for some reason. Excuse me. Like, completely unnecessary in Timney, but they're elites, so they have everything. There's the drop word. Oh, excuse me. I'm holding them the wrong way. I don't think it's not that big of a problem. I'm gonna drop them soon anyway. Okay, it is a problem. I would have made that jump if I was holding them correctly. Okay, I couldn't see where I was for a second. There's a big mess up there. Wow. Okay, this might be kind of a big time loss. I fixed it. Okay, goodbye. Goodbye, Scavenger. That's 2 lizards. There are 3 scions down here? For what reason? And it's less lizards to deal with higher up. Just because of that vulture. And I'll decide to just fall down this room to run away. Well, thank you, vulture. I hope you don't show up later. Speaking of Saint. Don't be a problem. Oh shoot, that sucks. This pole is just barely high enough so that you can't reach it easily without a jump. I always take this path, so I'm probably gonna need it. Yep. Okay, this is kind of slow, actually. At least we got here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. How are runs going? At the beginning of the stream, they were going very well. And then we had a garbage waste moment for like an hour. And I think this is the first run that I got into the wall since the beginning. So you caught a potentially good run. It's a little bit slow, but really not too much. Depending on how many scavengers there are here in this next room. There's another one ahead of me. I don't think I had to slow down. Oh. I almost jumped right into that. Get out of here. Okay, well, a little bit slow down. Just have to deal with it. And it's actually like probably the most rare for scavengers to be at the end of that room. They're either at the beginning of that room or somewhere in the room before it. Last one. Oh, it didn't enter low gravity mode yet. So kind of slow entrance. Because when you enter a room of low gravity, it takes a while to actually switch the physics. For some reason. You've entered pipe yard. Now they're actually running away from me. Technically they were closer to the pipe below. I guess maybe they're running back to their dens. They don't usually go there. Whoa, that's a good one. Probably do all the explosive jumps at the beginning of the room and then do like extended slides later. I need them when entering this area. I guess not really that much. Game is very scary. Picked up a fruit instead. Okay, down. Cyan. Although they did slow me down. Thank you for that. Oh, this is a song. Might be too slow. good. Actually, just kidding, scavenger. Foreshadowing. Huh? Hello? Excuse me. Did I jump off the ground so quickly it didn't restore the jump? That shouldn't have happened. Really? Again? Yeah, I also rewatched it. In the input display, I did press jump and grab. You can see both. buttons lit up at the same time. I just didn't have a jump to do it with. I think I might have like jumped off of a corner where I was able to jump, but it didn't like give me the grounded state, so I didn't recover a jump. I guess I don't usually, like, if I do a bunny hop after a double jump, I don't usually do another jump right afterwards. I usually do a few jumps and then I do another double jump. So I guess I'm not sure if it does restore your jump when you do that. I laid it on my head because I was spinning. It's very bizarre. Oh, nice shield. Let's attack each other. Damn, weakest red lizard. We all know that red lizard should have killed me in that scenario. How'd it go? Alright, thanks for stopping by. So it might have been like a fake jump, where I didn't actually get a jump correctly. It just kind of flung me off the terrain. Something weird definitely happened. But I should have done a jump if I had one. Good job, inclusive. Saying I wouldn't be able to jump a second time if I hadn't already touched the ground. Thank you, Egg Buddy. See, this time they actually want me to do well. Red lizard and pink lizard helping me out. Thanks for that. Uh-oh. Sand lizard from above. Whoa. Second time. What's stuff going on down here? So surely that means there's not many creatures up here, right? If a vulture wants to show up, it would go to the lower parts of the region because of how many creatures there are, and not up here. Don't be evil. Thank you. I guess it would make more sense for the vulture to like pick off the lone creatures rather than go for like the big group of them with all the chaos. That really should be what vultures do all the time. I guess it does make sense when one like targets you specifically. Like, oh, just one's like out here alone, like an easy target, you know, compared to a big group of dangerous lizards, even though they're not really dangerous to vultures. I went through that backwards. I like how effective extended sides are at just sliding you underneath creatures. Like, honest tip for like Survivor, if there's a lizard in your way, you can totally do an extended slide to run past it and you'll probably be fine. Oh shoot, there's actually no scavengers. Haha, just kidding. Oh! What the heck, man? What was that for? Maybe they were just targeting like a lizard or something. That was actually probably my best pace so far. Like, I could have been like 10 seconds ahead. But scavenger. Why are you here? Why are you here? I didn't even see a vulture. This is a new song. No. Where is that sign even going? Like, it surely came from the left, right? Wonder what the chances are for all three of the scavengers to have the lowest possible karma. Kind of waiting for it to happen someday. Whoa. Didn't think I'd get that. Ah, let's set up again. Oh, thank you, lag spike. Really helping make things easier. fall down there? I don't usually fall down there either. Felt like taking a bath real quick. And garbage waste is probably not the best place. Maybe how Artificer got these explosives. Too many baths and pools of explosive bacteria. However that works. I mean, bacteria can totally cause explosions, but not like this. Just broke that vulture's neck. I got this green lizard is always here. Same with the other one on the other side of the room. Like it's like super consistent. Don't mind me. Hey, it's pretty close to where it should actually play. Like actually one room away. Isn't there some sort of bizarre requirement that you need in order for this song to play? Like you need to meet 5 pebbles first, or maybe moon, or you need to be entering from a specific region. Like there's something up with this song, and it might also be random. So you never hear it when, like, if you're starting in Outskirts, right, from a normal playthrough, and you go to Industrial, you never hear this song. I forget what the requirements are specifically. Okay, decent start. It's too slow to move. Yeah, I can't get very far, I guess. And for how vertical those rooms are. Kind of probably struggles to get up and down the steps. Remember to pay attention. Excuse me. Ooh, get destroyed roughly. Bad time. Hello? It's fine, the scavengers are gonna kill me anyway. That worked somehow? I didn't even mean to do that. I would have liked to keep some jumps though for this room. Not a king vulture, okay. Good king vulture. Dead slow though. Oh gosh. I do like this pattern of the silence with actually never mind. I don't like this one. Maybe it went the other way. But I like how they leave the room above this one. Get out of the way. This guy might be a problem. They keep following me. He's gonna fall. Ah, almost. I waited for like one more second. I'm not gonna wait for them. This guy might no longer be afraid of me by the time I get up there. But they're moving far enough away. There might be a problem still. Or training. It is training. Yeah, I'll take it. Imagine how much worse this would be if there were scavengers. Because it was a little bit slow still. This is the run. Well, now that you've said it, it's not the run. Thank you. No. Reason I stand where I do for that jump. The bloodlust, the desire to come back and to kill me. Wow. Sure, if I don't need that spear. Okay. Wow. Best drum music. I said I parried there, so there goes all my jumps. Usually using this room. Not all of them, of course. explosive spear. Just in case Artificer needs one. You would think he'd be able to eat explosives to get food back. This song is very fitting, but whatever. Well, that actually works, going up that slope. No, you don't. Please stay down there. That was just sad I didn't talk to him. Just immediately left. He's so lonely in there. I know he did it to himself. Oh, okay. Please don't. When he jumps. They only need to use 2 jumps there. Just wait, just wait, just wait. Shoot, I thought he was far enough away. Should have parried. That was a camera problem. So whoever's talking about camera scrolling, that would have helped there. The vulture was like partially off screen, so I couldn't see how far away they were. They were in fact closer than I thought they were. Although, even in that scenario, like even if they were far away, they still would have been where I was going. So I should have parried anyway. Alright, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, it's not even allowed for speedruns anyway. Which is another reason to not use it, because if you want to do anything competitive at all, you would have to... You can't get used to it because you have to disable it for speedruns and challenges. This guy isn't a problem. Wow, that's a really unskilled red lizard. Surely the average red lizard would be able to get you in that scenario. Not that one. I used a lot of jumps there. Don't do it. I said you shouldn't. That was a nice song. Actually fitting songs to play right next to each other. If you know, you know. Don't. I said don't. The scavenger wants to stab you, just say no. Hello. Welcome back. Still at it. Probably do this tomorrow too. Really? How did that go through his neck? Oh, good job, dude. Is this a Sunken Pier song? Either that or Outer Expanse. I mean, well, when you hear a Downpour song, it's either Metropolis Actually, no, there's a lot of regions. But a good chunk of them are like either Metropolis, or Outer Expanse, or Pipe Yard. Actually, Pipe Yard uses a lot of old, unused songs, so not really. Sure has like 2 songs. It has the song that plays at the beginning. Does the Echo have a unique song? It has the song that plays at night. 2 threat themes. Okay. Any vultures? There's a Scion here, right for you. I don't think I've ever seen a vulture mask in this room. I can't really think of any songs that play elsewhere in the region, like in the lower parts or like the parts closer to the Scab King. I guess it usually is just the threat theme that is playing constantly. Whereas Outer Expanse is like a new song for like every area. Please. Evaporated. Me. I'll still take it. Oh, good job, full plant. I don't know what you got, but probably a Squid Kata. Oh, so why would the Squid Kata grab on so far? Like that one right there? Nice trampoline. There's the same graffiti in 2 different rooms. They saying that the developers didn't create unique artwork for every single room in the game. No, that's impossible. I just noticed the karma symbol graffiti in the background of this room, right next to the pipe. Alright, see ya. I think I've noticed that a lot of viewers got used to the time that I usually ended stream. And now that I'm streaming for longer, you realize that you can't stick around for the whole thing. Nice shot. Excuse me. Some of these lizards who are much larger than the slug cats manage to turn around faster inside a pipe. And also crawl backwards a lot faster. This might be the last run. We'll see. Can't get this. My scavenger. You don't need the karma. Your enemy go through gates. Gosh. No, I don't even see scavengers go through gates though, so. I mean, they have all sorts of secret tunnels they go through, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's one that just went around a karma gate. I mean, I know that karma gates have to be there to like load in the next region. Like they're really loading screens, right? But it would be cool if there were some areas like secret shortcuts you could use to get around a karma gate. Maybe it could just be like a really long room, and as you walk down the room, the next region loads in. So that could act as an alternative to a karma gate. But it would feel like you're sneaking around it so that you don't need the karma. Because surely there's all sorts of shortcuts that you can take. Like these regions are huge. There's no way this one gate is the only connection between the two of them. Another jump there, so I think the bunny hop is not the reason why I couldn't do it jump. Strange song. This is another trailer song. I think for like the creature, no. I don't know what this was for. Like the challenges? Was there a trailer for the challenges? Oh, this is a weird song. That's 2 lizards. 3 lizards? Was that 3 lizards all just, like working together? I hope they don't get mad at me. Or hungry at me. I don't like that guy. Okay, goodbye. Usually you don't see King Vultures doing that. This part. Actually, I think the lizards are gonna clear the way. Yeah. Actually, kind of convenient timing. So it's scavenger, but lizard gets them. But there are still scavengers. Sorry, dude. I couldn't risk it. When that happens. Hot spear. Okay. Oh no, I might run into something. Actually, it's not that big of a problem. I can just do that. Hello. Okay. It knows. A little early. That's fine. Sentient playlist is a really good example of confirmation bias. Every single time a song plays that is fitting to the situation, it's like, oh, look, it did it, you know? Play this to Sentient, it's always picking the right song, and then the 90% of the other times it picks songs that are completely unrelated. You just ignore it, right? for how many regions there are in the game and the songs that I picked on this playlist, it's not unreasonable to get a song that plays in the region that I'm in. You know, but it's funny. It's like, oh, they know. So of course you remember all the times that the song does line up. You know, weird coincidence, but not all the like hundreds of times it just plays a random song. The song actually has an ending, of like stopping abruptly. Okay. Thank you, White Lizard. You are great. Actually got a creeper boost from that somehow. Oh man, I don't like these rooms. Well, they're cool rooms. They're have awkward terrain though. You don't expect the second dropper. Good here. Actually. I hit the grapple worm. That's gonna be it. Man. It feels like every stream I get really close, you know? Like a handful of runs that have really good pace or that make it to Metropolis and maybe even get really far, especially this stream. Because, you know, there's a little bit of a trend before of dying to like one of the first rooms in Metropolis repeatedly. Oh, hey, outro theme. Thank you for the outro song, Downpour. But yeah, every time it feels like I could finish the run, you know? Like any of these streams, really. It's just like when the combination of luck and I don't know. It's hard to say that it's just luck, but because in that room just now, I entered and I didn't have any weapons, right? I think I threw my last spear into that scavenger, right? But I didn't pick up any weapons after that, so I might have been able to throw a spear at that other scavenger later in the room had I had a spear. But also, there's kind of a skill element where maybe I should have parried. That was an option. Instead of throwing a spear, which I know has a chance of hitting the grapple worm accidentally, I could have instead parried to guarantee that I stun all the creatures there. I usually like to avoid parrying, though. I don't know. Or I guess it's a reminder that I should have picked up the spear from the last scavenger I killed. Just in case I needed it later. Because I could have run into a drop bug in that room, like a bunch of other stuff could have happened. But also, I could have just gotten luckier and a scavenger could have just not shown up there. Or I could have gotten a spear earlier, or I could have just not hit that grapple worm if they weren't in the way, It's like, it's a whole mess. Anyway. I'll get this eventually. I'll probably stream this tomorrow. Thanks everyone for watching. See ya.